Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Houston Texans. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. And read. Here it comes. Here it comes. Run it.
A nice little juke. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to lie on right and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bobbled.
Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
He uncorks it first into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. To throw is Watson. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde, and able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have this we're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. These RPOs are all part of the new Baltimore offensive scheme. They changed coordinators in the offseason, and the thought was to utilize more run-pass options to take advantage of the versatile skill set of Lamar Jackson. Remember, they revamped things last year midseason when Jackson became the starter, and then did more of a full overhaul after the coaching change this summer. But Jackson will tell you that kept he and his offensive mates busy trying to learn, adjust, and implement. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Here we go, here we go. 41, 15-90. Watch the screen.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety.
On second down, it's Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Pittsburgh. Mike 5-5. No chance. Shut up.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, and sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Pick, baby. Good stuff.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Watch the safety.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play, baby.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hill running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed along with great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 after the interception on their opening drive under a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Hey, alert!
From the 39, Watson escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got the first goal at the 6. They'll try and run for Miller. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing where you're going to go. You might come right back out with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
57.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Steps away under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Let them know where to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Boys, let's go. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
Think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Nice pick.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
Here's Watson.
Rush in.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for the quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Mike, 36. Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to let this go. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
the 24-yard line.
Down. Mike. Naughty Wolf. Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Watch tight. Watch tight. General. West. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check, check. Lucky. 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 Hatchet. Hatchet. Let it go.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The quarterback run, good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
We're going to work.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Good for Baltimore. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando to all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Justice Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Baby. At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 17 as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You don't want no problems.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions,
Single receiver. Hey,
I
you're
can
on
just
an
tell
island
you,
over there.
attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Jones. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start the next drive, or no, you just throw that out?
Let's go. I'm coming after you.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
48.
A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure right. And a catch made by Hopkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Here we go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Watch 24. Shim. Switch.
They run again with Howard first. About 3 yards there to the 27. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense to put something on the board, get some momentum they have to.
Trying to get started for them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Bernard
McKinney, the linebacker, picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right, Roger. 3 down.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch the edge.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Carlos Hyde with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push forward in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again next drive. After what happened on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Check, set. 19. 48's the mic. Check.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
I got him.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
59.
Again, it's Miller. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flushed out right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Reset. 19. Cut.
1st down, run with Hyde. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the Stars right there. Under 10,
under 10,
they won the first battle. Keep coming after him, put the pressure on him.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
This is set. 19. Check. 48's the Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Hey, 59. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Watson now to throw on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Steed's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. There's the pitch to Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Texans 30, Ravens 24. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time. They didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You can't get that one.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
Four down. Check. 4 down.
Super
4
toe.
down.
Ravens 24.
What is that? It's an 18. 57 to Mike. Come on. You better bring it.
On 2nd down now.
36.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
57. Mike, 57.
Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive. Third down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down season from a 3-and-out. They will play action here on first down. He's got Fuller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Baby. Let's go!
At their own 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. So they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defense.
And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Is the scouting report change? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Line 36.
From the 41, Watson. He's going to take off with it. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially the second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from early.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judah.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably run this all the way before snapping it on second down.
We got double up.
He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Or are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Yeah, that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Let's go.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader able to record his 5th sack of the season. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs in the most recent example. And now, obviously, DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 63 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand. Who cares?
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Time, but some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. And my goodness, another interception. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan A.
You ain't going nowhere.
Get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I got you. I got you. Hey, alert for now.
Throwing now. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.